Hello everyone, I'm Aishwarya Rengan, and in this video we'll be talking about 5 important books that are less than 100 pages but will definitely blow your minds. I know it's almost 6 months past 2022, but many of us might have actually forgotten our habit of reading more books because of the basic fact that it's very difficult to read books or difficult to complete a book. You don't know how to choose a book, you do not like the book, you know some of the books are overrated, some of the books are so big you do not want to read the books because they are already available as a series or as a movie. So in this video we'll be talking about 5 very short books, but at the same time they'll be giving you a number of lessons which you will always remember for your life. And if you're watching me for the first time, I'm Aishwarya Rengan, and we talk about a lot of important aspects of our life like your health, happiness, wealth, because basically being a life coach, I believe it's important to balance all aspects of our life. So without any further delay, let's get right into the video. But before moving on, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you find value out of it. The first book I would like to recommend is Ruskin Bond's The Blue Umbrella. You know, this book has a very good backstory to it because I was introduced to this book when I was studying class 4. So during our 4th standard we were asked to enact a play of any story of Ruskin Bond, and the basic idea of choosing this book was because it was very short and we did not know any other stories which were short enough to be enacted in a very short duration. So we had to write a script, we had to prepare the characters, and we had to practice, rehearse and do all that in a very short span of time, and for that we needed a very short story. So Blue Umbrella is a beautiful story of a young little girl who happens to find a blue umbrella, and this is basically about this girl and the beautiful character that you would find in her life. So it's a very beautiful story. I remember buying a blue umbrella for that particular skit and walking along that. Never mind, but this is a beautiful story that you can easily read, and it's less than 100 pages. The second book I would recommend is The Little Prince, which is such a beautiful classic. You would definitely finish it off in a jiffy, but the character stays with you for such a long time that you would remember this character. In fact, you will never forget The Little Prince. It's such a beautiful character. It's the life of the little prince that they're talking about. I do not want to reveal the story because it's a beautiful story, and I really want you all to go and read this book because it gives you such a beautiful feeling after you finish that. Only very few books leave you with such a beautiful feeling after you complete the books, and if a book with such a short number of pages is able to do that, it's amazing. So please do read. The third book is actually called Gachar. I do not know if I'm pronouncing it right, but let me tell you how I found this book. I found this book on an Instagram page, and I was really intrigued by the cover art of this book. So I did not understand what this book was about just by the name of the book, but I really wanted to read this book because it was very interesting. If you see the cover art of this book, it seems like you are falling into some trap. You are getting attracted to something, and that's exactly the metaphor of the book. This book is actually filled with a lot of metaphors. This is actually a book of how the life of a family changes once they see the rich, or once they become a little more richer than what they were. So how it's a very important double-edged sword for many of the families, and how it has the power to change the life is what is the crux of this book. This is an amazing book. It starts off very differently, but as you keep on reading, you will finally understand why the cover art was done in such a way and how it's related to this book. I would highly recommend. The fourth book is Animal Farm. So definitely I have to tell you about this book. I have to include this in the top 5 books which are less than 100 pages because this is such an amazing read. And have you ever wondered what goes in the mind of animals? I don't know what even goes in the mind of human beings, let alone think of an animal, but this book will let you understand what's happening in an animal farm, and what basically this is a beautiful classic which every book recommendation YouTuber would have definitely recommended, and I'm here to tell you that this is definitely worth the recommendation. I know you would have seen this multiple times in multiple videos, but yes, it is worth the recommendation, worth the time to take to read this book, because this book is absolutely amazing. The last book that I would recommend reading is Siddhartha. So definitely this is a book that you would like if you are into spirituality or if you like reading spiritual books. So this is the story of Siddhartha, his evolution of becoming a Siddhartha, and what are the experiences he had, what are the events that happened in his life, and how he transformed into becoming the person that we all know today. So basically this is about the spiritual journey of this particular person. So these are the 5 books that I would highly recommend you all to read, which are less than 100 pages. I would always emphasize them that it's less than 100 pages, because of the simple fact that within less than 100 pages you are capable of getting out an amazing feeling of happiness, of respite, of feeling good. These are the 5 books that I wanted to tell you, and this will also help you improve your English, because these are in very simple words, extremely readable, and they are basics. Basically they are such basics in English literature. I suppose I'm not an expert, but it was easy for me, so I guess it will be easy for you all. So if you are also trying to improve your spoken language, if you want to improve your vocabulary, if you want to improve your exposure to English language, this is also a wonderful recommendation, I would say, for you to try exploring these 5 books. So I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you have any other comments, if you have any feedback, if you have anything running in your mind and you want me to know that, you can leave them in the comments below. I would definitely love to know them all. I would definitely love to read them all, and if you have any other suggestions too, let me know in the comments below. You can also follow me on Instagram. Also, if you're interested, you can go through all the playlists which talks about your career, your roadmap, your life, your future, whichever is interesting for you. I really hope you found this video helpful and interesting, and until I meet you all in another brand new video, take care, stay safe, bye bye, and happy reading.